Hey everyone, my name is Anna. Welcome to my channel. This video is part 4 in the series INFP and Creativity, in which I'm exploring the creative potential that lives at the heart of our lives and how we as INFPs can develop a really powerful relationship with that creative energy. So in part 4, I'm looking at the topic of focus and how the act of focusing is what brings our creative desire into creative realization. So when we focus, we are concentrating our energy and our attention on something specific, and that concentration creates a bridge between our inspiration and the eventual accomplishment of the idea. What I want to explore specifically in this video is the relationship between focus and the creative process. So what are some of the issues that make it difficult to focus during the creative process? And what are some of the ways that we can help ourselves with those challenges? And the issues I'm going to explore are not at all exclusive to the INFP personality type, but I do feel that they are some of the ones that as INFPs we may face frequently when it comes to the issue of staying focused. Number 1, focusing is a skill. It's an ability that we may have different levels of aptitude with in different areas of our life. But like any skill, it increases with practice and it can be developed if we put in the effort and the energy. Because focusing is hard work and work can be difficult and challenging, even if it's born from inspiration and from creativity. So how can we help ourselves when it comes to the aspect of hard work that it is to focus? Well, the most obvious thing, like with any skill, is to practice and to create some dedication to that practice. And even though it's an obvious thing to say, it's still really helpful to remember that focus is something that can be developed. But another thing that can be helpful, I think, is to manage our expectations and our preparations realistically, meaning knowing that focus is hard work. What can we realistically expect from ourselves within any given time frame? And how can we come well prepared for that, as in rested and nourished and having a plan or any of the other basics that are required for any effort? So in a nutshell, practice and preparation can really help with the aspect of hard work that it is to stay focused. Unfortunately, as INFPs, practice and preparation and plans are not always the most easy or natural things for us to do, because those are quite extroverted thinking activities, and that is our inferior function. But I do see them as a bit of a necessary evil if we ever want to stay focused on anything. So I think that if we can approach it with a bit of willingness and maturity, then we can find ways to approach practice and preparation with a bit more of the flexibility and the fluidity that is more natural for us. For example, for myself, if I can switch activities frequently throughout the day and change structures and not focus on one thing for too long, then I can practice focus and I can be prepared for focus while still maintaining a certain fluidity to my day that's more natural for me. The next challenge I want to look at when it comes to focusing is that the creative process in particular, given that it is bringing something new, something innovative into the world, is inherently a process of uncertainty and of risk. And uncertainty and risk are highly uncomfortable states to navigate. So when it comes to staying focused, we may start craving distraction as a relief from the inherently uncomfortable nature of uncertainty. So how do we navigate this craving for distraction and stay focused amidst all this discomfort of uncertainty? Well, the unavoidable first step is to make a commitment to ourselves to sacrifice some short-term comfort for long-term benefits. Because if we don't even make that initial commitment, then focus does not even stand a chance against distraction. But going a bit deeper, during the creative process, we are pouring our energy and our attention into our creation. And there has to be a level of faith and belief in ourselves in the background, or we will never pour that much of our own energy into it. So our ability to focus through discomfort is also fueled by how much faith we can generate in ourselves and in our creation. Because choosing focus over distraction can also look like choosing faith over doubt. And it can also look like choosing encouragement over insecurity, choosing compassion over criticism. Basically, to stay focused through uncertainty and all its discomfort, we need to generate commitment and we need to generate faith. The last challenge I want to talk about is that the creative process always starts with an excitement about something, an inspiration, a vision. But translating that inspiration into realization typically requires a lot of not so exciting, maybe boring, not very inspiring, and probably exhausting actions. So there's a huge emotional gap between our initial excitement and inspiration and all the other states that it takes to actually make that idea happen. And that emotional letdown or emotional boredom even can create a real difficulty focusing because we may go off in search of the fire and excitement of our initial inspiration. As INFP personality types, I think this can be one of our greatest struggles with focus because we can be so easily inspired, we're dreamers, we see so many possibilities, but the reality of making these things happen can be so different from our initial inspiration that we may lose focus before we even start the process or at least shortly after. So what can we do to help ourselves stay focused through the boredom and through the lack of inspiration that is inevitable in making things happen in reality? One of the things that I really value is the idea of falling in love with difficulty, getting excited about getting through uncomfortable and undesirable moments. So basically, the need for excitement and inspiration starts getting met by a totally different source. Instead of the excitement of the vision, it becomes the excitement of getting through something difficult, the excitement of overcoming something, the excitement of accomplishment, the excitement of growing, the excitement of being proud of ourselves. Much love, INFPs. That's it for today on the topic of focus. I will see you next time for part 5, which will be on resilience.